Good morning on a nice drizzly Tennessee morning. Today we're going to conduct an interesting experiment. I recently bought this Taurus Judge for pest control, snake control out on the farm here. And I thought to myself, well, maybe I already had something that would have done the job. I have this Ruger LCR 357 Magnum, and they make snake shot or pest shot for that. So we're going to test the two of those against each other and see what might be more appropriate. And then I always carry this little Ruger SR22 with me on the tractor in case I run over an animal or something that I need to dispatch. And maybe this is just good enough for pest control, snake control. Maybe I don't need the shot. Let's find out. What we're going to do is shoot them at these bottles with blue liquid in them and see how much damage they do from 10 feet. And then we are also going to see how much spread the shot shells give at 10 feet on this target here. And then maybe we'll have some conclusions about what might be best around the farm. Let's find out. Well, I think the first thing to do is just to notice the obvious difference in size between the three different guns that we're going to shoot in terms of what they're shooting. The 22 being the smallest, you know, they just got the little 22 caliber lead bullet, one of those. And then this is the 38 Special or 357 Magnum snake shot. And you have a little bit of snake shot right there. I think it's number 9. And then, of course, the Judge shoots a 410. And oops, we have a 410 shell, and I think it's number 8 shot. So you can see quite obviously the Judge is going to deliver the largest amount of lead, but it's going to be dispersed in a bigger pattern. And might the 22 just do a better job if you can shoot it accurately? So let's find out. Again, as what we had said before, this is the 22. We're going to shoot the CCI standard velocity. You can pick this up just about anywhere now if you can find 22 anymore. So we're going to try to shoot everything that you could normally find in Walmart or your local gun store. For the 38 Special 357 Magnum shot shell, that's also CCI, and I found that these are generally available. So you can find them. I think I bought this online on Midway. And then I just had this 410 stuff laying around, whatever 410 you can find. There's always usually something available. And this is number 8 shot. So I'm sure you could get all sorts of crazy specialized ammo, but I wanted to show something that you could normally pick up right off the shelf. Okay, first up is the Ruger SR22. We're going to just take one shot at the bottle, and if that bottle was a snake, what would it have done to it? Well, put a hole in it. Let's see if we can find it. Okay, so it split the bottle here and went in there. So, you know, not really dramatic by any stretch of the imagination. I mean, I'll let you judge. I guess if I was a snake, I'd be dead. But that's what the little 22 will do. One thing to keep in mind, you got to have your wits about you and make sure that you hit that. A little snake head might be a little more difficult to hit than that bottle, especially if he's rattling at you and about to strike. Okay, new bottle, new gun. This is the Ruger LCR, and it's a 357 Magnum, and we have it loaded with the CCI shot shell pest control. So let's see what it does to the bottle. Well, all sorts of little holes in it. I can hear some shot in there. And it put a bunch of little holes on both sides of it. But again, nothing dramatic. I suppose if you're a snake, you're dead. And I suppose that's a little bit easier to hit in an excited environment. One more to try. I'm expecting this to be a little more dramatic. Okay, time for the Taurus Judge. Let's see what this does to the bottle. Hopefully it'll do a lot more damage, be a little more dramatic. Let's find out. Wow. Yeah, yeah, that definitely did a lot more damage. I mean, it ruptured that right open. Holes in it all over the place. Without a doubt, the Judge created the most dramatic damage. Although I would argue if you were a snake, you were dead on all three of those. Let's find out which of the two shot shell ammunition keeps the tightest pattern at 10 feet. I guess to be fair, we ought to shoot the SR22 as well. So we'll just shoot at the middle of the target and aim for what I guess would be the snake's head. That wasn't too good. Okay, so if you're a snake, you're dead. First shot from 10 feet, 1 1/3 inch from where I was aiming. So obvious conclusion is I suck. But the second obvious conclusion is you got 9 more shots or 8 more, however many I had in there, and you know, there's the snake's head, and I think I could reliably dispatch that snake even if he's moving around with the 22. Although it wouldn't be as easy as, hey, just point and shoot. Okay, next up is the LCR 357 Magnum loaded with the pest control, CCI pest control. I left the same target up as I shot with the 22 because we'll obviously be able to tell which are the 22 holes and which are the shot shell holes. So let's find out. Wow. Okay, check this out. I hope the camera picks this up. Got a big round hole there. I'm not sure what that is. That might be the cap that was on the top of the shell, holding all the little shot shells in. And, well, I really don't know. Maybe that's the bottom part. But we've got a good spraying of shell shots everywhere, number 9s. And go all the way around here. So anything that was in here was going to get at least 1 or 2 pellets. And if I was aiming here, you know, a lot of it kind of went up this way. But 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 of them at least in what would be the head. And then depending on where the body was. So there you go. That is the 38 Special 357 Magnum shot shell. Okay, time for the Judge. New target up, and let's see what kind of damage, what kind of pattern this 410 number 8s will do from 10 feet. Wow, considerably big difference. Okay, I'm not sure if you can tell, but there's probably not much on this target that doesn't have something on it. This is a big target. What, 12 by 12? Actually, probably 14 by 14. If this was the head, you got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Again, 5 right there. And then everywhere. I mean, it's everywhere. Get closer and look at it. Those are number 8s. To me, clearly, this judge does the most damage of those three. Maybe that's a stupid conclusion. Maybe I could have concluded that without even doing this. I think one of the other considerations here is how much room does this take up, either on your hip or on the tractor, because when you're out there farming and doing other things, it does matter when something's just hanging off your hip like that. You don't want it to get in the way. You want it to be safe. And so as you can see, the little LCR probably takes up the least amount of room. I've got them all lined up from the barrel back, and you can see the obvious difference there. The SR22 takes up a little bit more room, and it is thinner, however, than either of the two revolvers, but takes up a little more room than the LCR. And of course, the Taurus Judge is just massive. The thing's a beast. So having a place to safely store it, or walking around with it on your hip, that is a consideration. Watch out, Snake. I got the judge. I know which one I pick. Why don't you tell me what you think?